I'm Stephanie Jones, Director of eBusiness at the SEMA Data Co-op. I've worked hands-on with data standardization since 2003. I've had the opportunity to learn from and work beside some of the folks instrumental in shaping the standards in the early years. I've designed systems and published thousands of data files using the standards, and have taught several courses to share my cultivated knowledge. I hope you find useful information in this video that can assist in better understanding the standards and how to use them to benefit your organization. In this attributes video, we'll cover the distinctions in the PIES attribute segment and the two types of attributes we can use within the standards. When we speak about attributes in our industry, it can get a little confusing because the word is broad and it's used in a few different ways. There are attributes of a vehicle or attributes of an application. There's even attributes of a product. And in this video, this is what we'll be referring to. So this is information such as color, material, performance, or something unique about how it fits, such as the surface type or the bolt hole quantity. Product attributes have a specific home in the PIES standard in the attribute segment. In the standards, this segment was introduced a few years after the initial PIES standard was released in the 6.4 version. Attributes and all supporting information is managed through its own relational database, the PADB. So let's review a couple of the key features about the Product Attribute Database, or the PADB. First of all, the PADB is not designed to expose any proprietary information about your products. Secondly, there's no subjective attributes in the PADB standard. Third, information in the attribute standard should not be covered somewhere else in one of the other PIES segments. Now there's quite a few attributes available for us to use today in the PADB. There's over 100,000 attributes available that cover more than 12,000 different part types. So there's about 96% coverage today of attributes across the industry. Attributes and standardized attributes are especially important in supporting e-commerce sales. And attributes can help countermen narrow the part selection quicker when they're trying to service the customer. Product attributes can be classified as one of two ways, either as a standardized attribute or a custom attribute. It is here that we describe the physical attributes or the performance characteristics about the part number. Custom attributes are user-defined with no constraints on the label that's used, spelling, valid values, or such. Custom attributes will still send in the attribute segment. They will just not have a PAID assigned and will be flagged as PADB attribute no, so that the receiver's system knows that the lack of ID is intentional and to go ahead and process the attribute with the label only. Sometimes creating a custom attribute is necessary, but when possible, we always want to go with a standardized attribute. Standardized product attributes are industry defined and are contained in the PADB database. The PADB is regulated to maintain consistent, meaningful options that you can use to further describe the form, fit, or function of your product. Attributes are an add-on to the PIES standard with its own rules, field lengths, and valid values that are managed in the PADB. Some of the benefits of using a standardized product attribute, so attributes that are flagged as PADB yes, is consistent labeling, wording, and spelling of the attribute itself. The attribute becomes comparable, more easily comparable to other products' attributes. It can simplify the buying process for customers, allowing for direct comparisons between two or more products. The attribute can become searchable across other products, and attributes create predictable fields anticipated by your data receivers. So let's take a look at how we create attributes. Attributes from the PADB are part type driven, so that it's easy to use the part type that's been assigned to your part number to look up standardized attributes that are available. As an example, let's look at brake disc rotors, which is part type 1896. Here I've got a section of the PADB where I've queried a couple of tables using Microsoft Access for a simplified view. And here we can see that there's 23 attributes available for this disc brake rotor part type. There's quite a few, right? Attributes get standardized into the PADB through a process reviewed by selected industry experts in the various product areas. This is recommended attributes available for the 1896 disc rotor part type. Now, you're not required to use all of these, just those that you need to further describe your product. So let's look a little closer at some of the fields available to us. Here we've filtered on this part type 1896, and we can see that the attributes assigned are disc finish, slotted, bolt circle diameter, and so forth. So now, in order to keep standardization, additional information is provided to let us know more details about the attribute and if there are certain answers that we need to use in responding about the attribute. So let's say I'm not sure what the attribute slotted is for. I can refer to the description field here that reads, important for wet performance and resistance to pad glazing. Then further right on the screen, we see the column valid values. And here I can see that I need to answer this as a yes or a no. Below that, you'll see that there's a unit of measure field available. So as an example with the bolt circle diameter, this attribute is expected to be answered in either inches or millimeters. These rules and formats are what helps us deliver consistent, searchable information. So even though there's 23 attributes available for disc brake rotor, what if I don't see an important 24th attribute in the PADB table that is important information about my part number? You can either create it as a custom attribute, or better yet, manufacturers can request new attributes by petitioning it into the PADB. The request will go through a standard process that gets reviewed by industry experts. Once the petition passes through the process, it will be included in the next version release of the PADB, which happens on a monthly schedule. The SDC can assist you in doing this, or you can directly inquire through autocarevip.com. In review, the PIE's attribute segment is flexible, allowing two types of product attributes, custom or standardized. Secondly, attributes easily provide differentiation between similar products. And third, the attribute segment is a powerful way to broaden your market appeal, all helping shoppers who rely on this type of information to make informed buying decisions. To learn more about how to begin powering your data with product attributes, reach out to our data lab for assistance. Thanks for watching.